I know it's worse for you because you got to take the bus for 2 hours and then train. I get it. All right. Welcome to episode 28 of Two Girls, a Guy, and a TARDIS. I said episode 28 already. Hey, what? Welcome to episode 28 of Two Girls, a Guy, and a TARDIS. 28 episodes. It seems just like yesterday we were on episode 1.
Oh my gosh.
Seems like just yesterday I recorded episode 0, the little prologue, in the office with the door shut when no one was at work yet, without using a regular mic.
You're revealing the secrets.
I am. This episode, we're going to go over some news items. I mean, I'm also going to talk about K9 again because there was some discussion on the forums and Facebook about my timeline and how correct or incorrect it was. Which, I think it was pretty much correct, most people said, but there's a few little discrepancies that they think. But, whatever. And we also have a big announcement for us. Mm-hmm. In fact, should we just lead with that? And then if people don't want to listen to us the rest of the time, they can just turn off?
We can do whatever.
Joanna, why don't you, because this was orchestrated by you. So I think you should make the big announcement.
We are going to be at Sci-Fi Zero, and we're going to be on the Doctor Who panel on March 29th at 9 p.m.
Yep, Doctor Who at the Palmer House Hilton in Chicago.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Us on a panel. There's actually 2 other people. I don't remember the 5th person. I know Lauren from Geek Girl Chicago is going to be on it with us, and I don't recall the other gentleman's name, and I feel really bad about that. But I don't think I've met him either.
He's from DePaul University.
Well, that's the moderator. The moderator is a DePaul University professor. But no, it's going to be interesting. It's the first ever, like Joanna said, first ever Chicago Science Fiction Festival, Sci-Fi. And we were asked to be on it.
Yay.
So
very cool.
It's very cool. We're there at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe the panel's about Doctor Who Fandom.
Yes.
Which is kind of scary at times. But if you're in Chicago on the 29th of March and you have some time around 9 p.m., drop by the Palmer House Hilton, get a ticket, go on in, and come see us. That's a big accomplishment, and it's only the beginning of the year.
And we are the heart of Sci-Fi because we're right in the middle.
Uh-huh.
You're right. I think that's actually kind of the primetime slot, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Wow. I didn't think about that. Thank you, guys. No added pressure now for at all.
This could be very interesting.
Or we could lose every viewer we have. Or listener. Either way, it should be a lot of fun. Whichever.
We haven't lost any yet.
Yeah, we've been consistent. I think there are people that kind of dropped off because the season ended and there's not much going on. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure there are people that just haven't really been listening because of that. But generally, we're right around the same amount. Which is pretty good. Mm-hmm. We also have some new Twitter followers, and thank you guys for following us. Hope you're listening. I was really surprised at one of them. I was like, wow, really? Okay, cool. I don't like dropping names like that, though, so I won't say it. But if you look at who's following us, you'll be like, oh, some of these are quite pleasing. Nicole was at this leads into a news item. Apparently, Galley is sold out in 75 minutes? 75 minutes, sold out midday. No one else can go. Which is sad because Nicole's been there twice now, right?
Yep, last 2 years.
And you wanted to go this year.
Yep.
And you can't.
No.
Or you were there this year. You wanted to go next year, rather.
Yeah. I thought... last year I said it was 12 days or something.
Yeah, it was a few days. It was like a week and a half or something.
Yeah, it was about a week and a half. So I was like, well, it'll probably sell out a little faster, but that's okay. But I couldn't, log on when they went on sale. So I went, well, it'll just be a couple hours later. That's fine. They'll still be there. And then I log on and go, 75 minutes. I'm a bit late then.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Because I can understand last year selling out quick. Because it was such a big year for the show.
Yeah.
And now I've been kind of wondering, because now there's this lull. They're filming now, season 8. there's some great shots, some great photos. You know, it seems like Peter Capaldi fits pretty nicely from what I've seen, you know, photo-wise and stuff. And I didn't expect it to sell out as quick as it did this year.
Yeah. I thought it might go... I thought, well, it'll probably go faster because people are going to know it sold out last year, so they're going to try and get on the ball a little faster even this year. But I was like...
75 minutes, though.
It's got to take at least a couple days, but...
Yeah. Well, in fact, Sarah posted on her Facebook page that she was not going to go this year because she has some other cons she wants to go to, and she's got to balance her budget a little bit. And then her friends like, don't worry about it, it's sold out anyway. And everyone's like, really? Like,
yeah,
it's astonishing how quickly it's sold out.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's more Doctor Who conventions now, too. There's that one, there's Chicago TARDIS, Long Island has their own. I mean, there's a couple other ones, you know, along with your regular Wizard Worlds and Comic-Cons and, you know, whatever else goes on. But 75 minutes is impressive.
Wow.
For 3,200 spaces, I think it is.
I would have thought it was bigger. Because Chicago TARDIS last year was capped at, what, 2,000 a day?
Yeah, I think it was like... Yeah, I think it was around 2,000.
They always make a point of how LA's is the biggest, and it's like, really? Only by an extra 1,000? I mean, you think, like, you know, you get this image of stuff that happens in California, because of Comic-Con mainly, you get this image of, like, tens of thousands of people. And Galley has always been... We know it's big. I mean, it is a big number. I mean, don't get me wrong. It just, I always expect like 5,000, 6,000, you know, and then they're like, oh, 3,000. I'm like, really? Huh. Maybe it's because we're in the fandom and because we, you know, we're on Twitter with it, we're on Facebook with it. Maybe to us, it seems like there's more because so many people we know and talk to or see go. So we just assume it's a bigger number, but.
Yeah. No, I was just staring at the computer. I think when I was like, "What? They're gone."
Well, think about it this way: you're not going to end up in the middle embroiled in any fights between, like, you know, gang fights between Tennant and Smith fans. I picture it kind of like that scene from West Side Story with the Jets and the Sharks. Like the Tennant fans are sitting there snapping their fingers, and they're singing. They start like a fancy dance number. Yeah, I'm not going to use that next week either. I might. I mean, I'm a Tennant fan. To be honest, I really did like Matt Smith. I did, and I liked a lot of the episodes. As I revisit a lot of it, and I revisit a lot of the Tennant years, I think to myself, you know what? I really did like Tennant a little more. He wasn't as the same quality that I liked about Matt Smith's Doctor is what in the end made me like Tennant's more. Which is weird, right?
Oh.
And like seeing him in the anniversary episode together and watching Tennant, and they're, all three of the people were great actors. I mean, you had John Hurt, you had David Tennant, Matt Smith. I mean, you had good actors, and even Billy Piper was, I thought, really good. But just Tennant's Doctor, the way he's fun and he likes to have fun and fun loving. He's proud of being a Time Lord again, unlike Eccleston's. But he remembers the past, you know. He's not running from it, you know. But, anyways, I got sidetracked. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. So that's we have big news. Galley sold. Our big news you heard. Galley sold out already. So sorry, no one can go. How was Galley this year?
It was good. Billy Piper was there.
I bet that hall was packed.
Well, they always do it where, like, the biggest guests kind of do two panels, one Saturday evening and then one Sunday morning. So, like, Billy Piper did two, Arthur Darvill did two. So you could go to one or the other. And then everybody gets to go in. But, the halls are packed by the time, they go on. But yeah, they were... Billy Piper, there was all the drama, because you saw, like, there was like, oh, she's sick, she won't be able to make it, she's canceling.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And then...
I didn't have a ticket, so I didn't really bother to keep up.
And then they said, the day before, it was like, well, Billy Piper's flying here.
Oh, wow.
She's coming even though she's sick.
That's dedication.
So she was there. She didn't, like, seem terribly ill when she was up there, so maybe she was feeling a little better. But, yeah, there was the big drama. Like, is Billy Piper going to be there?
Because she was the big draw this year. I mean, her and Darvill. Who were the doctors that were there?
Baker and McGann. Obviously Colin. Not Tom. Otherwise, I think he might have been the biggest draw.
They might have sold out in 75 minutes.
But, yeah,
But to be fair, even though the Colin Baker episodes might not have been great, I mean, he didn't write them. We've gone through that before. Mm-hmm. He's enjoyable to watch. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a great storyteller, and he's so... how would I put it? Not rambunctious. He's so... boisterous, I guess, you know? And
he fell in love with the Tribble.
What was it?
It was the cutest thing. It was somebody went up during his panel when they were asking questions, and it was him and McGann, actually. It was both of them together. And Paul McGann never sits up. He's always reclining on the chair. I'm like, he looks like he's just...
And he always seems indifferent.
He looks like he's, like, relaxing.
He doesn't have a look of excitement or a look of disappointment.
But it was interesting to have the two of them up there, because they're quite different personalities. But somebody went up and said to Colin Baker, like, they bought one of the little tribbles.
Like I did at Chicago TARDIS? Yeah.
And they wanted him to, like, hold it or something, so they gave it to him, and he was just, like, fascinated by it. And there's, like, I think I have some...
Remember we were driving home with the one I bought, and it kept going off in the backseat of the car?
Next to me. Yeah, he just kept holding it, though, and then he had it, like... I think I got some pictures of it. It was so funny. He had it on his shoulder for a while, and he's, like, holding it, and he'd look at it, and then he had it, like, doing its little chirping into the mic, and then he was doing it, and then the woman went back up and said she needed her Tribble back. And, like, everyone in the audience was like...
Aww.
And, like, the people around me were turning to each other going... I would have just given it to him. Like, how could she ask for it back?
I'm pretty sure Colin Baker can afford a Tribble.
But it was so... He seemed so attached to it. It was so funny. He just, like... He kept holding it and petting it and playing with it. It was like... I never thought I'd see Colin Baker with a Tribble. But it was really... Yeah, the audience saw a little, like... I don't know if I could have asked for it back. I might have gone, okay.
It probably was her little kids who was out in the hallway screaming with the father.
Because she gave it to him. It seemed like she was giving it to him as a gift. So everyone was like... so he thought, I think it was... I mean, he wasn't terribly upset. It was the audience that was like, oh, because he seemed like he had a little pet. It was like his little Tribble pet.
It could have been in the Sixth Doctor's...
He could have hidden it in his coat.
Yeah. Nice. So you had a good time?
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. And then...
Who else was there?
Now you're asking me to remember things from almost a month ago.
I'm not the one that got you sick. It's not my problem.
Yes.
You don't remember somebody, you don't remember somebody. It's not that
Nicola
big a deal.
Bryant.
I
Daphne Ashbrook.
So kind of a lot of the lineup that was at
Fraser
Chicago
Hines,
TARDIS.
Deborah Watling.
She was...
Victoria.
Yes, thank you.
Other people. Who else was there?
I'm still riding that high from interviewing Peter Davison and I almost said Leela Jameson. Louise Jameson.
I feel like I'm... Oh, Matthew Waterhouse was there. I'm like, there was someone there from Peter Davison's time. Yeah, it was... I mean, and then there were... It
was going to be hard for them to top what they did the year before. I mean, they had a ton of big names. Yeah. I mean, they had big names this year, too. It just... They had more recent names last year.
I mean, they had, but they had Billy Piper, Arthur Darvill.
Those were two good ones.
It was really funny. They had, and I wish I remembered the actress's name now, the woman that played Margaret the Slitheen.
Oh, yeah.
She was there. And I didn't realize that was the first episode they filmed. She was talking about being there.
Oh, because the first episode they air is not necessarily the first one they filmed.
But that one was the first one they filmed.
Why do they do that? Why do they film them out of sequence?
I don't know if it has something to do with just the production. If it.
Well, I mean, but yeah, well,
like maybe it depends on where they need to film, or.
It could be.
Or which ones? Some
take
more.
I've always wondered about that. Or they'll film 3 episodes kind of at one time, and you're like, really? That's got to be confusing. Mm. Nope. Sorry, Peter. There's no Daleks in this one. This is a Cyberman one. The Dalek one was this morning.
But yeah, that was she was in like she and Billie Piper both then were there, and they were talking about being in, like, the first episode that was filmed of the new series. They were involved in that when it was all... They were talking about, like, doing the reading and being in a huge room or something, and people were, like, watching them. Because it was all under a lot of scrutiny, I guess, because, you know, first episode. But, yeah, she was... I mean, they had some other... Oh, they had the guy that played Nixon.
Oh, yeah, he did a good job, too.
He was there. The children from the snowmen.
The children that were not annoying. Yeah, I like them.
The Victorian children were there. Terrence Dix was there. Was Katie Manning. That's who I'm forgetting. She was there, and Richard Franklin, and now
you're blank. That's fine. You've done well.
Yes, but no, it was Richard Franklin, and I'm blanking out on his name, Sergeant Benton.
Oh yeah. He's
And I know his name.
I don't remember.
But it's not coming.
I know it too. I always thought he was great. I always missed Benton. So there's Do you want me to look it up?
It is driving me crazy because I know it.
Joanna, you have any idea? Do you know who Sergeant Benton is?
No, I'm trying to think.
Third Doctor era and Fourth Doctor. He was with Unit. John Levine.
Yes.
He was him. He was. There was a lot of episodes with him and the Brig together, and
So they had like a panel that was like the unit years, which they talked very little about the unit years. They talked a lot about the party to celebrate the 50th anniversary
because they were all there. I have that on.
And Katie Manning she never stops talking.
I could totally see that.
Plenty to say. I looked at her and went, so Jo was really kind of a version of her.
I could totally see
that. But she's not, like, totally clueless. But she kind of puts on, I think, an act a little bit of being helpless. And
kind of like what Farrah Fawcett used to do.
Because I think, obviously, she is much cleverer than she likes. She likes to pretend like, oh, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I have the video of the after party they had on, like, BBC, whatever it was. Like, they had
Did you see the man sit in her lap?
I believe so. I'd have to watch it again. It was a while ago, but
she was supposed to sit at the bar or something.
Yeah, there was a bar, there were tables. There
and like one of the presenters came and he didn't pay attention or something, and he sat in her lap. Because there was a lot of stories about that party that they had to tell the group of them.
There were like 50 Doctor Who alum there. And then there were celebrities and other people. I would have liked to have been there. I would have retired from this. I would have just been. I'm done.
They didn't seem to enjoy the party too much.
Really?
Really?
At least the third Doctor group didn't seem to.
Well, with no Pertwee, it's not really a party.
But
you gotta figure there's got to be actors that are together at those events that probably have some. Not animosity, but a little jealousy of something, of somebody that may have replaced them, or someone that may have been more popular than them, or you know what I mean? Like you look at all the hate, like the hatred towards like Mel, right? So
she was supposed to be at Galley, and then I think she canceled a couple of months ago.
She's doing some plays. I know that.
Yeah, she was on the schedule and then gone.
But all this hatred for her, and the worst part about fandoms of any type. It gets directed at the actor, not the character. Mm-hmm. Like Matthew Waterhouse is a perfect example. He seemed like a totally charming, nice guy. His character was not great, but people would blame him for it, you know.
But it's funny because and I'm not going to name names, but you look at some of the people and you wouldn't even recognize them now.
Yeah, because they're listening to us.
But I'm going to be polite. But then. You look at Matthew Waterhouse, and I'm like, if you put Adric's hair on him, he looks he's a little bit, but it's so funny because I look at him and I'm like,
yeah.
And of course, Nicola Bryant, looks almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
And, like, she looks like she hasn't aged.
No, Nicole Bryant looks good. Matthew Waterhouse looks good. Mel wasn't there, but everything she looks good from what I've seen of her. I mean,
but Nicola Bryant, it's amazing. Like, Matthew Waterhouse looks, obviously he's older than he was, but I mean, you could still instantly, if you see him, like, that's Edric.
Well,
Nicola Bryant hasn't.
No, I think she has. I mean, when I saw her at Chicago TARDIS, I think she was still a very attractive woman, and you could still tell it was her. But I mean, she did to me look older. I mean,
I think she looks almost.
I mean, she looks great.
She looks almost exactly the same. There's just a little bit of. I mean,
you know who's a weird one like that, because she looks good for her. She still looks good, just not. It's sometimes she looks like she did back then, and other times not. Sophie Aldred. I've seen images of her, pictures of her. We saw her.
Yeah.
And she looked great. I thought she looked amazingly good. And she still looked like like sometimes. It was weird. Like she never looked, she didn't look bad at all. Mm-hmm. But, Louise Jameson, I mean, she looks good for her age too, and she's gotta be, I don't even know, I wouldn't even speculate, but she looked good for her age, and there were times when she would smile when she was talking to us or something that you saw Leela there, like you knew it was her. But yeah, I mean, that was almost 40 years ago now that she played that character. But yeah, there's some of them. Some of those alum have, well, like Sarah, not Sarah Jane.
Liz Sladen.
Yeah, like Liz Sladen looked pretty good for
Yeah, I just when I was looking at it, I kept thinking, like, Nicola Bryant looks like she has some kind of time machine, because it doesn't look like almost 30 years have passed since she was...
Has it been that long?
Wow.
87?
Yeah,
wow.
More like 20.
It's no. Do your math again. 87 to 97 is 10 years. 97 to 2007 is 10 years. And now we're in 2004. It's 27 years. It's almost 30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was like 85 to 80... No, she was 86 to 87 or 85 to 86. Davidson's last year. And she was with Colin Baker for about a year and a half. About a year and a half.
Probably like, was that
84? 84, 85, somewhere like that. Yeah, she was with Turlough. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Planet of Fire, I believe.
Yeah.
In her bikini.
Yeah. No, but yeah, she looks good. But yeah, that was almost... then it was 30 years ago if it was 85 or 84, yeah. Holy jeez. Wow. Wow. Anyways, speaking of old companions, last episode I talked about K9, and I said how I don't understand where the other two K9s came from and how Liz Slade or Sarah Jane ended up with a K9. Throughout some discussion on our forum, our comment section, and on Facebook, and rewatching a few things, I know where the first K9 came from. The Enemy Within? Is that the episode? Not the Enemy Within.
No.
Where they get shrunk. Him and Leela get shrunk and put into the doctor's body, and they're fighting off the viruses trying to take him. Yeah. Is it the Enemy? I thought it was Enemy Within. What is it called?
No, it's...
Oh, your new job is just draining your memory.
Yeah. Yeah, my brain
is kicking out useless
there.
Doctor Who knowledge and refilling it with useful stuff. We can't have that. You need to quit. No.
With a little more rest, my brain will be...
Whatever episode that was is where it came from.
Yeah,
The silent, no.
No.
But anyways, he didn't build K9, and that's factual. I was right there. He got K9 from the doctor that was in that episode. And he leaves the first K9 with Leela on Gallifrey, where she ends up eventually, according to the books, marrying the Time Lord. She stays there for him. And he gets into the TARDIS, and this is the part I always forget and I missed, and I rewatched all the Fourth Doctor episodes because of this. He walks into the TARDIS, and he glances over, and they show a box that says K9. Now, here's where there's still some discussion, because to me, that's saying either that guy had given him multiple K9s, along with the one he gave him, or he went back to that guy and got another one. because I still don't think the Doctor built K9 in that one. Mm-hmm. That one is with the Doctor until that one stays with Romana 2 in E-Space. Mm-hmm. That's correct. I watched that episode. They say their farewell. Him, Adric, and Tegan. Right? No, him, Adric, and Nyssa.
Nyssa, yeah.
Bid them for... I think it's Keeper of the Traken, maybe. No, was it Keeper of the Traken? No, it was before that. No, it couldn't have been before that, because that's where they pick up Nyssa.
Yeah.
It's somewhere right around there. And we don't see another K9. Now, in the fifth Doctor, or 5 Doctors, we see K9 with Sarah Jane. Mm-hmm. And I said, where did that come from? Because, obviously, she got it from the Doctor. And where? What I forgot about was that there was a little one-off episode of a show called K9 Company. It was supposed to be like Elizabeth Sladen's show, kind of like Sarah Jane or Sarah Jane Adventures. Didn't take off. Comparable ratings to what it had, this time around, but for whatever reason they didn't pick it up. Not many people have seen it. Most of us in Doctor Who fandom know about it or have seen it. Mm-hmm. As I started watching it, because somebody said that's where it explains it, it started coming back to me that, yeah, when I was a kid, I think I did see this. It's just been a long time. I mean, I watched Doctor Who. I don't really watch a lot of the spin-offs. I watched Torchwood up until, like, the 3rd season when Russell Davis destroyed the show. Anyways. K9 is in a box in her aunt, I think it's her aunt's house, in the attic or whatever, and they tell her that the Doctor left it for her. Okay, I can accept that. That's fine. That's how Sarah Jane got K9. Except it still doesn't clear up, did he make that K9, or did he get that K9 from the Doctor that he got the first one from? And that still, I asked the 2 people I had this conversation with, I'm like, so did he make that one or not? One person, because one was on the Facebook page, one was on our comment section. One person said, yes, he made that one. The other person said, no, he got it from that guy. My whole dilemma with it is, we know he made the 3rd one, or the 4th one. David Tennant makes it. Mm-hmm. My whole dilemma is that I'm never sure how far our listeners and fans want to push canon and stick to it wherever. Me, I'm very open to it. For me, the 8th Doctor Adventures, the books, count. Because there was nothing on TV, but we know for a fact Paul McGann was a doctor in the TV movie, and we know for a fact he turned into John Hurt. We know for a fact he existed. There had to be adventures. Whether they were on TV or not, should have muted the Facebook noises. Whether they were on TV or not, they existed. To me, I count those. A lot of people don't think that way. Or Big Finish is the same way. If it's, I have no problem imagining that the Doctor and companions had more, adventures that we didn't see on TV. They had to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't have a problem if we count that stuff. A lot of people do. So that's why I was always kind of like, well, I try to, I don't know where the line is. Mm-hmm. The line is here. Don't cross it. No, I don't know. Because if you're going to accept that K9 was given to Sarah Jane in an episode of a show that didn't get picked up, and say, well, it's on TV, it must be canon, well, there's a throwaway line in the movie where he says he's part human.
Yep.
You don't count that. No one counts that. I mean, if it's on TV, so I don't know where to make that out. I don't know where people want it to stop and not stop. To me, fine. I'll take that. I'll take the explanation of that's how Sarah got K9. Okay. I am not going to say he's part human.
No. Because
I don't buy it. I mean,
I think most people just kind of pretend that didn't happen.
Like me with the Star Wars prequels. So I do stand corrected on parts of it. That I especially that part that obviously that's what they were intending because Sarah Jane had him in the 5th Doctors. They were intending that show to be a spin-off and work. And she had K9 in School Reunion. So.
Although it's kind of weird in the storyline in that she makes it pretty clear in the 5 Doctors she hasn't seen the Doctor since he dropped her off. So he just decides to leave her a little gift and vanish.
At her, aunt's cottage or farm. Yeah, And yeah, let's just leave it at that. But so there you go. So K9 number 1 is on Gallifrey. K9 number 2 is in E-Space. K9 number 3 is with Sarah Jane. No, K9 number 3 got destroyed in the Screw Union. K9 number 4 is with Sarah Jane. Still, don't know if he has a hobby of making K9s. I'd kind of like to think in a way he does. So anyways, Joanna has something she'd like to share with us about, I guess she calls it a theory. I mean, I think it's kind of just not really a theory. I think it's kind of like a fact that just doesn't really mean much. I mean, it's neat, and if you paid attention, I think it's just something thrown in there for like fan, just for fan satisfaction. Like, oh, I get it. That's what happens. But go ahead. It's neat. I mean, it's cool.
A lot of fans are saying this is not true, but did you know in it says the Doctor's bow tie is red, and then the episode takes place in the future. If it's blue, then it's in the past.
What color is it in the present?
I don't know.
See, neither of them say that because the theory works with Tennant's suit too. I think.
Yes.
But they don't say what color it would be in the present.
Blue, they went forward in time. Brown, back in time. So, I don't know.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think they did? I mean, I think they did it intentionally, but I don't think it really has a meaning.
I think it's just it's done for a reason.
Because you know what happened. You know if the episode takes place if they're on a spaceship full of dinosaurs, it's obviously not the past. I mean, so I don't think it has any critical. Even if it's true, I don't think it has any critical plot development points to it. I mean, it'd be kind of neat to watch for and see if they do something like maybe the inside liner of Capaldi's jacket's red if he's in the past and blue in the future. I mean, it'd be kind of neat to see if they kind of switch it up.
Exactly.
But I don't know.
I think it's just something to think about.
Yeah. And something else to think about is the Daily Mail, the UK website, dailymail.co.uk, reported that lots of people thought Peter Capaldi got injured filming because it looked like there was a gash on his head. Only to find out it was makeup and part of the show. But on their website they have a ton of photos, and you know what? Capaldi works for me. There's even a little video somebody should put up here. Him and Jenna look good together. Verity talked about how some people wonder why she's always in a skirt. Is it sexist? Is it this? Is it that? She's wearing a pantsuit here, and still looks good. Maybe it's because the tie is loose and the shirt's not buttoned all the way. Either way, but they look good together. They look like she looks more like an adult with him than she looked like with Matt Smith. I think it's going to be a little bit. I think it's going to work out all right. And his outfit works. He's wearing, what is it, navy blue pants and a dark blue shirt with the jacket. Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be good. But the photos look good. A lot of them there's a whole bunch of them on here. And you know what? I'm going to keep track. He's wearing navy blue and a blue shirt with a red inside on the jacket. I think we should keep track every episode when it airs and see if there's a difference.
I agree. The same. Because there has to be a method to the madness.
I just think sometimes things are just done to do them.
To amuse themselves.
But we'll find out, right? I mean, I will say, him and Jenna, I mean, she's wearing maybe purple? Dark purple?
Purple.
A dark purple pantsuit. I mean, she looks good. I mean, it looks, and a lot of the pictures, it looks like they're having a lot of fun, too. So,
it looks like they're very cold as well.
Yes, because she is wearing a down jacket there, and so is he. So that's I don't know. We'll see. I think they're filming.
Although that could be good for the people in the monster.
Yeah. Well, they show
costumes.
They show a monster / alien costume on here.
I'm assuming.
Oh, they call her outfit burgundy. I think it's more purplish, but
they're probably nice and warm. Cold weather might be good if you're dressed all in.
Yeah, I don't know what monster those are. It looks like a new one.
Some people had the theory that it was Nemon.
Well, they nicknamed it the Mole. Nemon.
The Horns of Nemon or
Nimron. Nimron?
No.
Nimron?
Oh.
No, it's like Nimon. I can't remember how you pronounce it.
Well, here in America, we speak American, not English. I'm saying Nimon. No, I'm just kidding. Well,
Some
I don't know.
theorize that it's the return of the... But I don't know.
I think...
I don't know
I think they have a lot of potential, and I don't know why you would bring him back. I mean... So, let's see. So, there's some pictures there. Also, finally, there might be official Doctor Who Legos, made by the Lego company.
That would be so cool.
The proposal has moved forward. Which is good, because it would be really cool to have official Doctor Who ones. Mm-hmm. They're reviewing it, or they reviewed it already, and I think the proposal's on to the next step. So yeah, so there's eventually there might possibly be official Lego Doctor Who's. Which I wonder, will they ever make a Lego Doctor Who movie or show? That would be cool, or game. Oh, that'd be so cool. That would be really neat.
That would be very popular with everyone that I know.
Let's see.
There's a couple of new actors and actresses on that are coming to be.
Yeah, there are.
One is Keely Hawes,
who did the voiceover in one of the last, not the last Tomb Raider game, the one before it. She also, wasn't she also in not Life on Mars, but the sequel? God, it was such a good show too. The one that took place in the 80s, Life on Mars. They're both songs by David Bowie. There's Life on Mars and oh my God, are we all that just worn out and?
I think we are.
I'm sitting here like
show. Oh my God, it was Life on Mars. Ashes to Ashes.
Yes.
Keely Hawes was on Ashes to Ashes, which was a follow-up to Life on Mars. Both excellent shows. I never finished watching the one Ashes to Ashes. I know how it ends, and I just don't want it to end. It's a good show. So that actually makes the second alumni from... Because Life on Mars, you had the Master, was
John
played
Sims.
by John Sims, and now Keely Hawes. Hawes? How do you pronounce it, Joanna?
Hawes.
Hawes, okay.
I mean, Hawes, so...
Hawes.
Hawes. I'm calling it Hawes.
But she did the voiceover for Tomb Raider, and she was in that.
Very cool.
Yeah. Very nice young lady. Let's see. Arthur Darvill is in a musical called Once the Musical.
He was in on Broadway.
Yeah, on the West End. If you're in the West End, go check it out. You saw it, didn't you? Yeah.
Yep.
You and my wife saw it. Yeah. Let's see. We got Matt Smith is going to play for England in Soccer Aid 2014.
What?
Yeah, it's just like it's not like he's not playing for Manchester United.
So it's like
like a soccer charity thing.
Exposition game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's for charity.
Oh, very cool.
I don't live in the UK. I don't know all the details. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
No, he's turning pro now.
Oh, he's going to be on Robbie Williams' team. Because Robbie Williams, I think, used to play a lot of soccer, too, back in the day. So, let's see. Oh, here's some interesting news. You usually don't hear about something like this. Everyone complains that America has horrible broadband speeds. First off, apparently they don't know anybody that lives in New Zealand or England, because everyone I know that lives in those two countries does nothing but complain about the broadband speeds, or how badly they're taxed to get higher speeds. Planet 55, the studio behind the animated versions of recent stories, including The Reign of Terror and The 10th Planet, told the Senate Select Committee the Senate Select Committee for the National Broadband Network in Australia, the broadband here is so bad and we have to pay so much for what we're getting, we may have to move to the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They pay $1,600 a month for 500 megabit up and 500 megabit down. Oddly enough, I'm sorry, 50 megabit down and 50 megabit up, which Comcast claims higher than that. I'm not going to get into the physics of it, but I mean, even my Uverse is, I think Uverse can get 30, and it's less than that a month. Maybe not up, but still. So yeah, they may move to the UK. So that's why'd you guys leave the country? Broadband. Really? So I thought that was kind of interesting and odd all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you're going to leave your home country, just,
Do you have terrible broadband?
Yeah. Joanna's broadband hasn't been anything special, but she's still sticking it out.
Can't complain. Considering it's free Wi-Fi, so...
Well, apparently Paul McGann wants a Doctor Who return. Thought he already had it. Just saying.
There's another...
Reese Shearsmith has a role in Doctor Who. Titan Comics unveiled their first 2 comics. Both look pretty good. One's a 10th Doctor and one's an 11th Doctor comic. Let's see, Reese Shearsmith. What do we know him from? I swear there was somebody else that was cast too recently that I know.
Yeah.
I know it.
Oh, Reese. I'm sorry. The article was misleading. Reese Shearsmith would like to be cast as a bad guy, but he's not actually cast. So I'll cut that off. But yeah, somebody.
Samuel Anderson.
Who?
Samuel Anderson.
Yes,
The
Samuel
teacher
Anderson.
at Coal
He's
Hill
he's
School.
going to be the teacher at Coal Hill School. Do
And
you think they're going? Do you think they're going too much like the original?
Well,
do you think they're trying too hard almost?
but I mean, if you don't even really know how much he's going to be in it.
That's true.
People are getting all like, "Oh, what does this mean? And what is he going to?" I'm like,
Well, no, he said he's going to. They said it's going to be a surprise like kind of thing. I mean, it's not like a small role. But I mean, do you think? I think it even says something about him saving the day or something in one of the articles from one of the interviews. Do you think they're trying too hard to be like the original?
I hope not. Because you want them different enough, but you also want them to be... I feel like this also is like a little bit of a reset. Does it seem like it, or no? Because I'm trying to think of it as a reset of sorts.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not really a reset though.
I know.
Somebody did a great picture on one of the Doctor Who websites. It's got Capaldi standing next to John Pertwee, and they're in the same they're almost in the same pose.
yeah.
And actually, Paul McGann, while he wants to return again, also thinks that Capaldi has the potential to be the best Doctor yet. Paul McGann's been quite vocal as of late.
Mm-hmm.
For a guy that every time you see him looks like he's completely uninterested in what's going on around him.
I think that's...
He seems like a nice guy. I mean, it just seems like he's very subdued, not like a really... Like, you have like Tom Baker and Colin Baker and John Pertwee, well, when he was alive, who were just large personalities.
I was going to say, I think Paul McGann is livelier than John Pertwee these days.
It would be hard to do. That's too soon, Nicole. It's too soon. But yeah, he's been very vocal. I'm like, I don't know, man. I also don't know if the. Do you think the Daleks are going to return this season?
They always seem to return.
Well, yeah, but you've had seasons without them.
But I don't know if there's... I mean, certainly in the new series, I think the Daleks have been there for the first season of every new Doctor.
But they were in the they were in the finale for the season. They were in a Christmas special.
But
also, I'd like to.
But that didn't stop them with like they were in the finale for Eccleston, and then they were a couple episodes in with They come in towards the end. Well,
no,
the
that was the end.
Descendants, right?
That was
the end.
yeah.
Yeah.
And really,
then
that
were...
episode more focused. They didn't come in until the end of the second to last episode.
Yeah.
Because that episode focused on the Cybermen thing.
Yeah,
They thought they were
Cybermen.
ghosts. And at the end of it, the thing opens and you see the Daleks come out. And so they were really only in one episode. It was the last one. I mean, they had a little bit in the one before, but not a lot. Let's see. What else? I wanted to ask you something else. Would you want to see anything else from the past come back? I mean, there's rumors the Yeti are back, but really, I mean, that one will still. I mean, in fact, didn't the Cybermen control them?
No, that was a Great Intelligence.
Great Intelligence, thank you.
Who already came back.
I am not a huge fan of that character. But I don't know if I really have anything. I might seriously bring my one of my little camcorders with next weekend and just set it on the table in front of us, aiming out at the audience. Like I'm some big star. Like suddenly I'm like, you know, a big star from like Firefly or something. That's about it for us anyway, I think. Thanks for joining us for episode 28. Remember, if you're in Chicago, come to the Palmer House Hilton, March 29th, 9 p.m. Well, get there at 3 when it opens. Enjoy the convention. There's lots of panels on lots of different things, and we have some other friends of ours that are sitting in on panels. David, yeah, Our Fair City is going to be there talking about. So you want to do a podcast or something like that? But they're going to be talking about doing an audio drama and their processes. Geek Girl Chicago is going to be there. David, the owner and founder of the soon-to-be opening Geek Bar Chicago, is going to be there. They're going to have a little after party, I think, too, or a little party going on. So, yeah, should be fun. So come look us up, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yep.